G'day everyone, welcome into the first GT Super Series stream here, where we're going to get the manufacturer draft out of the way and introduce you to the leagues competing in this. To start us off for the night, I'm going to throw to Dodgy here to tell you a little bit about the GT Super Series.
Yeah, thanks, Dragon. G'day, everyone. It's good to be here and welcome the other three leagues along tonight. A quick thing about the GTSS. It came from a bit of a think tank, and I say it's a bit of a think tank because, hey, it's only wheel to wheel. We're not the biggest brains in the world. But it was more designed to get more people viewing sim racing in Australia, and we thought what better way to do it than to get four of the biggest sim leagues in the country together and have a bit of a friendly face-off, and hopefully we can introduce a lot more people to sim racing, especially in on the PlayStation in GT7, and grow our medium together, basically. So, and to do that, to help us along the way, we've brought a great sponsor along with us called Permobile. They're also a great sponsor with Wheel to Wheel as well, and I might throw over and throw into an ad to show you what Permobile's all about.
I'm a gamer,
a foodie,
a boss lady. I am sporty,
outdoorsy,
outspoken. I am fashion.
I am old-fashioned.
What I am not
is the same.
But none of us are.
We are all individuals with unique interests, needs, and goals.
We believe that everyone should have the right to live the life they want for themselves.
Whether it be exploring the world,
dog walking,
or binge watching their favorite show.
So instead of searching for the things that we do the same,
let's champion the things that set us apart.
Because we're not innovating for disabilities.
We're innovating for individuals.
I'm a gamer,
a foodie,
a boss lady. I am sporty,
outdoorsy,
outspoken.
I am fashion.
I am old-fashioned.
What I am not
is the same.
But none of us are.
We are all individuals with unique interests, needs, and goals.
We believe that everyone should have the right to live the life they want for themselves.
Whether it be exploring the world,
dog walking,
or binge watching their favorite show.
So instead of searching for the things that we do the same,
let's champion the things that set us apart.
Because we're not innovating for disabilities.
We're innovating for individuals.
Yes, so a massive thank you to Permobile for helping make all of this happen. And we'll get started now on some introductions. So, Rick, would you like to tell us a little bit about Trailblazers and the drivers you'll have representing you in the GT Super Series here?
Yeah, thanks, mate. First of all, thank you to the Wheel to Wheel guys for putting this together. I think on behalf of everybody else here tonight, they've done a great job to get this organised in a reasonably short time. We are pretty excited to actually be part of this, knowing the level of competition that we have against us. But yeah, as you know, or you may not know, we run weeknights as opposed to some of these guys that run the weekends. We do 3 nights a week. We've been going for nearly 5 years now. Many of the people that are racing tonight have either been or continue to be with us with our racing during the week. Like all the leagues, we sort of appear everywhere, which is good. Our guys, our team, as you can see on screen, we've got NWR Nico, who's been with us for 2 seasons. Ando 787, who most of you know, he seems to pop up everywhere, but he's been with us since our 4th season. So, yeah, he's been a long-standing member, helps out with a bit of the commentary on our stream and a bit of stewarding and bits and pieces behind the scenes. He's a great asset to have. And last but not least, we've got Curb Hopper. Been with us for, again, a very short period of time. So we've got 2 new guys and an old head racing for us. Their backgrounds, I mean, Ando, as everybody knows, he likes to call himself the Tyre Whisperer. He's an ex-Wheel to Wheel member and head of recruiting driver development for back-to-back teams championships with Snake and Bake and Rusty's. Multiple series winner with us. Inaugural Motormotion Series Supercars champ. That's another great league that's popped up in the last couple of years. He's also been in a part-time top slip competitor with Trackstars, GTSS1, and the GT Champions in America, as some of you know that league. Obviously, he likes a bit of driver coaching, stewarding, and commentating, as I've said before. Nico, he's basically started his journey when he was 16 in Forza. Done competitive level esports at 18. Raced in numerous categories over the years. Just to mention the Supercars, IndyCar, NASCAR, Porsche Cup, and F1 in esports. Became a team member at 21. In the Nicholas Westlake Racing, and formed about the time he won the first Bathurst Enduro. He made the switch to Gran Turismo earlier or late last year, and has had a couple of seasons with us. Joined Robosport Racing, as many of you know that team, and he's been racing with Trailblazers and the GT Champions as well. Curb Hopper, he tried to keep things simple with what he sent to me. He's a father and a mechanic from Temora, motorsport head, loves GT3 cars, muscle cars, and anything with a V8 in it. Started racing February this year with us. He likes the GT500 Lexus, by the way. And because of this being hosted on his 28th birthday, he couldn't miss the opportunity to put his hand up and have a race.
There you go. What a team lineup being brought to us by Trailblazers there, headed by team captain Ando, has been announced in chat there. So, yes, as he said, pretty much everyone knows Ando. No matter what league you're represented from here, he's popped up pretty much everywhere. And I'm interested to see how Nico and Curb Hopper go, as they're new names to myself. But moving on from Trailblazers, we move to Karen Unleashed to hear a little about SectorOne and the team lineup you guys have.
Hi, g'day everybody. It's been a bit of a wild ride for us. We got this, we heard about all this, and we were just like, you know what? Let's get into it. It's been an honour, and thank you guys for Wheel to Wheel, especially for hosting this, Permobile, backing this the whole way as well, and thank you to the other leagues as well for also just jumping in and getting involved. And the outcome for all this will be that sim racing in Australia, especially on the GT platform, will be bigger as a result, which is always a good sign, of course. So SectorOne, we've been around since early 2018, I believe. Started as a group of misfits racing Mox supercars liveries on Group 4s with max power and min weight, and then from there we've just gone from strength to strength over the years, especially during that peak of COVID and all that. Unfortunately put us all back in our houses, but didn't stop the racing at all, and as a result, yeah, we've just enjoyed the strength to strength, the amazing competition that we've seen on the track. We've had a lot of big name races, but not only that, the camaraderie off the track, everyone gets involved, especially from other leagues, even just banter, fun races and whatnot. So we do have a couple of big name sponsors as well, which is APR Motorsport, APR Performance as well, down in Tassie. We've also got Go Kanga Car Accessories, and of course Next Level Racing, who have been a partner with us for quite a long time. So yeah, we're very, very excited and very humbled to be involved in this. And getting to our driver lineup, of course, we'll start off with the first one, which is a guy in the chat tonight. And speaking of chat, it's absolutely flowing. 42 viewers at the moment. So HC Adam, he races for Hooncorp under the guidance of Nismo Nath from New Zealand. Runs the Respawn Esports squad here in SectorOne, and they have been a dominant force so far in our season. We've only had 3 rounds, but they've been the squad to beat, and Adam's led the way. He's also qualified for the I think it's the GT World Series in the Netherlands as well, which is a very, very big accomplishment. So congratulations to Adam as well. And also the team owner of Respawn Esports, he has another driver that he's partnered with, which is, of course, Geesh Lol, who is now newly named Distinct Geesh. Of course, Distinct, one of the big name squads in all of Gran Turismo. Geesh has been around for a season and a half now, and well, it was a no-brainer to bring him in for this event because he's wicked fast. He's got incredible, how can I say it? There's a word for this, and I'm not very good with words. Awareness, that's the one. He's able to figure out who's doing what at any given moment of the track. He's also brutally fast. So, and is our current points leader in our Season 7 of our GT3, GT4 World Tour. He's doing a fantastic job. And of course, our final pick for the drivers is our 3-time former champion, and a guy you might have seen a little bit of, TX3 GTR, of course. You'll also see him running around in the Manufacturer Series. Drives nothing but a GTR, so hence the name TX3 GTR. But former 3-time champion, he's faced some of our absolute best racers and been able to, clinch the gold on multiple occasions. Current driver for Hooncorp Esports, and we're looking very much forward to getting involved in this league. And well, where do I start, boys? Who wants to fire the first shots? Nah, just kidding. We won't do that. But we're looking very much forward to this. So thanks to all involved for getting behind it. And I'm beyond stoked to be involved in this.
Yeah, as am I. Seeing all these team lineups start to form and hearing a little bit about drivers that I don't recognise and others that I do, like GTR. I believe he was on the SBS Speed Week E-Series a couple of years back as well. I remember seeing him. So quite an accomplished team SectorOne's putting up there. Very excited to see how they go. Next, for some words about Trackstars, we have Spud here.
Yes, good evening, everyone. It is the Mr. Potato Net over here, so hopefully I don't crash the stream for everyone here watching us. It's a great coverage here. Thanks to Wheel to Wheel for presenting us this championship where we get to bring all communities here in the Australian sim world all together for one night. We are very excited and we thank you very much for that invitation. But a little bit of word about Trackstars. We are an online race community for drivers who really want to experience not your usual kind of Group 3, Group 4 races. We're here for the high-speed races. We're talking about GT500s, we're talking about Super Formulas, and of course we usually talk about our Porsche Super Cups. So we are very excited to be bringing in our Group 2 GT500s with 3 divisions to hone in skills and claim the ultimate prize of, as well as Formula Racing with our Red Bull Juniors in for our F3 drivers, the Dallara SF19 with a tune bop that sees the cars push like no other, and also in 2024 where we introduce the brand new and recently introduced SF23s in 2024. We're very excited to bring the Formula Trackstars into the main game next year, as well with our Division 2s, with our Division 2 drivers when they partake in our series and earn themselves a top 5 result, could potentially reward them partnering a main series driver for all of their hard work, a great opportunity to run in our gem, which is the unique that sets league racing apart, our enduro racing. You have seen the supercars and GT drivers do it. Now it's brought to the virtual world in our annual high-speed Ring 500, the iconic Bathurst 1000 that runs on the weekend after the big race, and our finale to end the year, the St. Quasi 1500. We've processed the ultimate joy in racing onto the PC world as well of iRacing Championship featuring the Porsche Super Cup, which is currently underway, the Supercar Series, and Toyota 86, which has concluded its premiere series. You'll never run out of thrilling racing challenges to conquer. With Trackstars, you can compete on either PlayStation or PC, giving you the flexibility to race on all platforms of your choosing. Our drivers tonight, or drivers for our series, is going to be none other than one of our most, you could say, respected drivers. He does have a bit of a hot head a few times once in a while. It is John 27 TCT, but he's a good fella. And John Shepherd is doing representing us, one of our first of the 3 drivers in Trackstars Racing Series. He drives alongside the team that has been founded by It's Racing in It's Racing Esports. He just recently completed his Formula Trackstars, where he won his only race last time at Brands Hatch only 3 weeks ago for his team. He's also been a regular member for Trackstars Racing Series since 2020 during the first pandemic of the COVID-19. And he's always up the pointy end of the drink. He does love a beverage or two. He usually gets drunk on race night. So whether he gets drunk on the night that we go racing here with us, we'll wait and see. But as well, we introduced our second driver, GC12 Curry 41289, also known as Mitch Curry. He is our current Formula 2 drivers champion that has just completed this season, and he's been showing absolute domination. 7 victories out of 10 rounds did GC12 Curry have, and he's always been up the pointy end, no matter what. Led the championship, led from the start. No one was able to catch him whatsoever. And the man that came through to claim that championship victory has been Mitch Curry, and he's putting on some phenomenal pace in the background, getting himself ready for this GTCC SS championship rather. And the last of our drivers, I'm sure everyone knows this name, familiar name here in the sim racing world, Diswood One, Dan Wood. He's he's actually our 2021 Track Stars Touring Cars champion, our 2022 Formula Track Stars champion, and also 2021 Porsche Super Cup champion. So he's a champion in all forms of racing. Anywhere he goes, he always seems to claim a championship no matter what. And him, just like John, love a beverage or two. They're both great mates, and what do best mates do when they get together? They drink a lot, and they make sure they get themselves some great results here for us at Track Stars Racing Series. But I have a feeling, in a bit of a way, you could say, with John, 27, and Diswood, they're both Queenslanders, and Curry is a New South Welshman. So are we predicting a State of Origin score this year in NRL where it could be a 2-1 victory in the State of Origin, fellas?
Look, I don't know about that one. I'm gonna hold those cards close to my chest where I stand in the State of Origin, but that's absolutely a stunning lineup, just like the other teams are putting up. It's going to be a cracker event, and to introduce the final league and the team lineup for Wheel to Wheel Racing is Dodgy.
No, not yet. I'm too busy reading all these comments coming through on YouTube. Oh my God, that stuff's running hot at the moment. Yeah, Wheel to Wheel. We're a Sunday night league. We run generally with GR3s most seasons, and we try and run a different sort of support category every sort of second round. Like at the moment, we are currently in the Red Bull Juniors to offset our GR3s. It has been a ball tear of a season this season. We are down to our last week, so after this Sunday night, tomorrow night, we are 1 week to go, and we usually end off our season with a 90-minute super enduro and a whole week of qualifying. So if you're around, and if you're looking at the streams during the week and want something to watch when all the other guys are in bed and nothing else to do, then switch over, watch a few quali sessions, some half-hour quali sessions leading into a big race this weekend. Then we're off for a couple of weeks and we're into season 14 for Wheel to Wheel after the GTSS is finished. So season 14 is going to be a cracker of a season. It's looking full on at the moment. We're going back to our roots of GR3s and GR4s. We are really mixing it up we're making sure that our teams are all mixed up as well. And in the one div, no team is going to be driving the same car. So if you've got 2 team drivers in that div, they're both driving different cars, which is going to make it very interesting. I think this is going to be the closest season Wheel to Wheel has ever seen. Wheel to Wheel, like I said, we're up to season 14. COVID, like all the rest of you guys, was the big bang for Wheel to Wheel. It went from a couple of guys saying, hey, let's get together and maybe have a 1 division league to like 5 or 6 divisions over the time. It has just gone bunter, and the community at Wheel to Wheel, I think, outshines the racing at Wheel to Wheel. And I don't mean the racing is shit, I just mean the guys are that awesome. So like all the respective leagues here tonight as well, it's such a great community. Everyone gets along and everyone supports, and I think that is a lot more important sometimes than the racing, with all us guys putting our hard time into it. I will not rabbit on about it though. I'll try and get out of here. I'll just mention PLE Goat to start with. He's been around Wheel to Wheel for a while. He was, and I believe still is, our youngest member. He started with Wheel to Wheel when he was 14, and he's worked his way through. He's been a season champion, and he is on his way, well, some might say not, but to hopefully being season champion again. So fingers crossed for Goat over the next 2 weeks. We've got Seckers. Seckers is relatively new to Wheel. I think it's about 3 or 4 seasons he's been here, and he has rocketed up the charts quicker than a Kiss album. He's just absolutely started in like Div 3 or 4 and went up 1 every season, and he is very much at the pointy end of Div 1 right now. Flossie, he's been around maybe a bit longer. and he's been a very consistent driver, Flossie. He's always been at the pointy end. He's now up into Div 1 himself, and he's giving Seckers and Goat a run for their money as well. And I believe Flossie, who was a privateer, has just joined a team to finish out the season to help stand in. So they're all team drivers in wheel to wheel, these guys, and I know they're chomping at the bit to get out there and give a good showing. So, Dragon, back to you.
Yes, another great lineup. So the more we go through this, the keener I'm getting to actually see the race happen. It's a shame it's a couple of weeks away still. But before we get too carried away with all of this, we need to get into the manufacturer drafts for our first couple of races here. So should be a good one. It's going to be a Group 3 one make with bop on and no tuning. 11 laps around Maggiore West. And we will shortly find out what the manufacturer is going to be.
Yeah, we will spin this lovely wheel that everyone can see on their screen at the moment in just 1 second, but this will also give a bit of a highlight as to the available Group 3 cars. This has been discussed at length between all of the leagues, and they have come up with a list of 10 or so cars that are the pick of the bunch. These are what is going to be picked for Race 1 and Race 2. Then we will jump into some selections where the individual leagues will be able to choose a car depending on a random order. So without further waffle, let's see what the first car for Race 1 is going to be. Wheel is spinning, and we are going to land on the Peugeot by the looks of it. Peugeot RCZ.
Oh, that is probably one of the spicier options out of the 10 that were there. Interesting to see how everyone can manage the pug around Maggiore. So that one should be quite a bit of fun.
Yeah, I dare say that's the spiciest one on the list.
Might very well be.
All right.
And moving into the draw for Race 2, the Group 4 one make, 11 laps around the Nürburgring sprint layout. Let's see what we will end up on for this one.
Alright, let's just reset this spinny wheel of death here. Alrighty, Group 4 car coming right up. Spinning. Where are we going to land? Lexus doesn't have it. Toyota Supra 2019 is the car for Group 4.
There you go, going from a bit of a spicy option to quite a tame one in the 2019 Supra, unless quite a few things have changed since I last drove it. We do not have to draw a car for Race 3. That would be 7 laps in the Audi RS5 car that was recently added to GT7, so that should be quite an interesting one at St. Crescent C, which is the larger layout of the three. So that will be quite an interesting one. The turbo on these cars does kick up quite quickly, so it could cause a little bit of chaos, but with the caliber of drivers we have, I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. And moving forward to Race 4. And this is where it gets a little bit more interesting as well. 25 laps of the Daytona Road Course in a GR3 multi-make. And the draft order is going to be decided by our wonderful little spinny wheel here, so we'll see how we go.
Spinny wheel of death again. Let's see who is going to get first pick. First pick is looking like not Trailblazers. They just miss out. SectorOne. SectorOne is going to take out our first choice, so they have free reign of whatever car they want to use within the list of Group 3s that you might have just been able to see before on your screen.
I was just about to say, I wish it was the Dodge Tomahawk. Yeah, but looking at everything that you guys have put together, the first 3 races, holy smokes. There's some serious serious racing to be had, especially at Maggie West and Nürburgring Sprint, especially. Very, very good tracks. We've had a lot of history there in Sector 1. Championship-changing moments as well. A couple of guys from other leagues have also done a couple of those tracks and put on some amazing highlights in the past. So for us, we've done a little bit of soul-searching and, well, we've tried to stay away from all the beer flavours from all our sponsors, from our teams, of course. We have decided we are going to go the Hyundai Genesis.
The Genesis. I think
Yeah.
I just heard you shiver their cap after those rough memories of the Genesis from Gran Turismo Sport.
I have had some mixed memories in that car. I had definitely had some highlights, and I've done a season in the Genesis in the Group 3, and honestly, I loved it. I'd go back to that car.
It's a no-brainer for us. We had a bit of a list to do, and the boys did a little bit of running there, and yeah, it turned out the Genesis was a pretty big favourite for us. So we're very much looking forward to this event especially, and the boys now can get their heads down, hopefully not get their bums up in trouble, and we'll be looking forward to having a bit of a slobber knocker, as I see in the chat everyone's just throwing in a little bit of banter. Lewis Atkinson's just said we're going to choose the Beetle. I don't know about that, but apparently we've paid Permabil off for an easy draft, according to Adam. So we'll just, yeah, we'll leave it there. But yeah, no, we're very, very excited for this.
Yeah, sorry, just clarifying there, a couple of guys in chat confused the Hyundai Genesis or the standard Genesis is the question going about there. Just
the Genesis X.
Yes, the Genesis.
Yeah, I did the exact same mistake for our community series event, so I'm so sorry. The first night we had half the field rock up in the Hyundai Genesis Group 3 and the other half in the Genesis X.
There we
go. We had a similar case at the start of GT7 where 5 of the 6 members of a team were practicing in the Genesis, and one of them was trying the Hyundai Genesis and couldn't understand why everyone thought it was such a great car.
Yep, apparently I've done a world-class Mark Schwartz's save there, apparently, according to chat, so... but yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Alrighty, so moving forward next, trying to find out which will be the next league to draft their car.
Spinny Wheel of Death is spinning. Oh, is it going to be Wheel to Wheel? Is it going to be Track Stars? Come on, Wheel to Wheel. Yes, it's us.
No bias here at all.
It's us, Dragon.
That's the one,
right?
Dodgy.
Lordy, that was a bold choice, the Genesis. It's not a bad car. It's a quick car. I've always found it a bit flighty in the rear end. Speaking of bold choices, the boys were thinking outside the box for this one, and they have decided to go the Ford GT.
Very interesting. Which year Ford GT would that be? Is there 3 or 4 of the options out now?
It's the Ford GT LM race car spec 2. I'm not sure what year it is.
2016 one? No, that's the old one, I believe.
Yeah.
The old Ford GT. So we'll have to get...
Is it the one with the white livery or the one?
It is the white, I believe.
Yeah, I
not,
think that
not
might
the
be
blue, the white.
I think that might be the test spec 2, if I remember
They
correctly.
might correct me in chat.
GT LM race car spec 2. I don't know if it has a year to it.
That's all they've told me. Yeah, they're asking in Discord right now. Was it white?
It's all happening at the moment.
2004, boys.
I'm pretty sure I heard them say white. Yeah, they've gone white. It's the white one.
2004.
Yep.
And now to find out who will be picking 3rd and 4th.
Alrighty, going 2 places here. Trackstars, Trailblazers. Trackstars have it at the moment. It's getting close to the line. That's not going to make it. Trackstars. Trackstars are picking 3rd.
Wow. You know, just all fantastic choices. If I had to be me and if I were to join a team, I'd join SectorOne and jump in that Genesis X because I absolutely love that car so much. I love it till the end, till the day I die. I'll never stop driving that Genesis. So I probably should switch over to SectorOne and join with you guys. I'm not too sure, but actually, we've actually been working hard around this track. We've done a lot of testing. I've done a lot of practice around this track, and every car we've driven around this track has been absolutely phenomenal. And I know if Ando's in the chat, he'll absolutely know that he knows one car that I used to dominate around this track, and but But it's not going to be the choice for Trackstars. We are actually going to go to our roots, where we started our 2020 racing as we concluded the year in a Trackstars Racing Series. We're actually going to go for the Porsche 911 for Daytona. So we're actually going to pick this car. It's one of our favorite cars around this track, and it's been a humble ground. It's been a staple ground of racing in Trackstars, and as well now we've started up some iRacing in the recently added Porsche 911, the brand new version. I believe it's the 992. So fingers crossed we can get that car on Gran Turismo 7 very soon.
Absolutely, and very much thank you to yourself for picking a manufacturer that only has one car, so we don't have to clarify again. And moving on to the fourth draft pick is Trailblazers. Do you want to spin the wheel to make sure they're capped?
Oh, I absolutely did. You can't leave anything up to chance, and yep, lucky last is Trailblazers.
Wow.
I might put my savings on it that it's not Trailblazers.
Awkward moments.
Awkward moments, exactly. Wow, there's some interesting choices from the other leagues. Good to go last because only one of them picked one of the four cars we narrowed it down to. But we are going really left field. Our boys have been very busy, as most of you guys would have, with practice and trying to get a car that they all seem to like the most. And believe it or not, we are going for the Peugeot VGT.
Wow.
The Pug.
Ooh. So we're seeing the Pug get represented in two of the races come the GT Super Series, which that's going to be a spicy choice as well. I love that all of these choices are not what you would normally see about in the dailies when Group 3 comes around. You know, there's the odd couple of crazy people that bring them out, but for the most part, there's not too bad choices there. It should be a very, very interesting night of racing ahead.
A lot of left field choices. I like it. It's actually going to spice up race 4 and it's really going to be a great way to cap off the stream and the whole GTSS experience, if you ask me.
I absolutely agree with you there. So just to round it all out, we will get Rick's final thoughts, closing thoughts on the car choice that you ended up getting and the race 1 and 2 car picks that ended up coming through. You feeling confident in the team?
Oh, I think the boys will be able to handle those pretty well. We actually did a one-make Group 4 Super a couple of seasons ago, so they're well practiced. The Peugeot RCZ was featured quite heavily in a mid-rear Group 3 competition we did a couple of seasons ago, so we race these all different makes regularly, so I don't see the guys taking too much time to get it on top of them pretty quick, and yeah, looking forward to the night.
Awesome. Karen, yourself, how you feeling about the team and the car choices? Confident?
Well, there's a bit of a running joke in our league. If we've got enough fuel, we should be fine. But yeah, as the guys in SectorOne will all know. But yeah, no, we're looking very, very forward to it. The first race, Super Group 4 at Nürburgring. No, that's the second race. First race is Maggie West for the Peugeot. Yeah, Maggie West is a really strong track for us. We absolutely adore it. Haven't raced there for a little bit. Super Group 4 at Nürburgring Sprint. A couple of the guys in our team are already driving the Group 4 in our main series, so they're going to be pretty comfortable with that. The third race, I'm looking forward to the most, to be honest. That Audi, boy, that is a juicy little orange, that is. And for the final race, some really, some choices I wasn't really expecting there from a couple of the leagues involved. And, well, we're going to just put our best foot forward and try and go a little bit of a left-right good night. We'll just, see how we go. And, just checking chat at the moment. And it's absolutely, 45 people watching tonight. That is huge. Holy jeez. Yeah, so overall, we're excited. We just need to make sure the fuel numbers are right.
There you go. We'll move on to Spud. Again, how you feeling about the car choices, and do you think the team are going to be able to handle it?
Well, with all the four cars that we've got tonight, so long as we're able to install a bit of a beer fridge, a bit of a bar fridge on the side, in the passenger side, I think our drivers are more than ready to saddling up in our four car selections, where we've got the Peugeot. Everyone's been saying Maggiore. It's just like it's Maggiore. You got to pronounce it. You got to use the Italian language there, fellas. Come on. But we're very excited. So that Peugeot is going to be a real big underdog car. It'll be very interesting to see who can actually adapt to that car pretty quickly, because it's a very tricky car to drive around. And of course, with the Supra, it is a very nice car to drive, very stable. It can be a bit taily when you get it all wrong, but as well with the car, we are very excited. But then we come home, fellas. We come home, Trackstar boys. We go to Saint Croix, where we'll be bringing our Group 2 cars with the Audi RS5. And man, it's just going to be great to come back home with our Group 2 racing there. And as well, the boys have been pushing me, they've been pleading me, they've been sending me threats about, things about with the manufacturer choice, and luckily no one picked it, but we're very happy to pick that Porsche 911, and expect a bit of an underdog performance there with that Porsche. So I'll be looking forward to it. I'm very excited. I do thank you guys at Wheel to Wheel for inviting Trackstars, and we're ready to go in 2 weeks' time. We're excited.
Awesome. And Dodgy, how are you feeling about the car choices, and do you think we got it in the bag?
Oh, I feel great. I don't have to get in one of the cars. That's up to those three. Look, we've got some. If there's 3 guys in our league who can adapt to a car pretty quickly, these guys seem to be able to do it. No matter what they jump in, it doesn't take them long to find their line and get on it. They're very comfortable in MRs, these guys too. So I think they're going to be pretty happy with that car choice. I think a couple of them, or at least one of them, has a bit of experience in the Peugeot. If not, I'm sure Adam will jump in and show them how it's done. As for the GR2, it's been a bit of a ghost for us. We haven't raced in a GR2 for a couple of seasons now, so that'll be a big comeback for these guys to get back in a GR2. But again, like I said, they can adapt very quickly. So I think it's going to be a good show. Like I do know a few of the racers in the other leagues, and from what I've seen, I don't know if you're going to be able to tear John and Goat apart. Those two might stick together for the whole lot if they're not careful. But yeah, I think it's going to be some very close racing, and I don't think there's going to be any laggers back there at the rear end. I think it might be one train all the way. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to it.
Awesome. I'm much more excited for this now that we've got all the cars in place, the team lineups out there. I cannot wait for the event. Thank you very much to Rick, Karen, and Spud for joining us here tonight, and of course yourself, Dodgy, to make this little stream happen. Just want to say out there, don't forget to tune in on the 24th of June at 7 o'clock to see all of this action unfold. And give a massive thank you to our sponsor, Permobile.
I'm a gamer,
A foodie.
A boss lady. I am sporty.
outdoorsy,
Outspoken.
I am fashion.
I am old-fashioned.
What I am not
is the same.
But none of us are.
We are all individuals with unique interests, needs, and goals.
We believe that everyone should have the right to live the life they want for themselves.
Whether it be exploring the world,
Dog walking.
or binge watching their favorite show.
So instead of searching for the things that we do the same,
Let's champion the things that set us apart.
Because we're not innovating for disabilities.
We're innovating for individuals.